My name's Allison Kilgour. I'm a fourth-year student here at University of Manitoba, and I am running for the position of Vice President Advocacy. There's a few different reasons. When it comes to resources on campus, my experiences on campus, I believe that I have a lot of kind of personal knowledge when it comes to the portfolio of advocacy. I have my own experiences with mental health, with access to resources on campus, access to different types of student support, and I think that I have a lot that I can bring to the portfolio. I think we have a lot of really great support systems for students, but I also think there's a lot of ways that I believe that we can better serve students and kind of build our union to create more support and create more of a welcoming environment. So that kind of is what pushed me to run. The way I kind of view the portfolio of advocacy is kind of three different levels or scales of advocacy. So you have the one-on-one work with students, whether that be for cases of academic integrity, cases of mental health support, needing to report assaults. That's a very important aspect. You also have the campaign roles, so putting on our advocacy campaigns, educating students on different issues, lobbying for increased supports, and then you also have kind of the governance portfolio, which is Board of Governors and Senate. So how I think that I have relevant experience in all those fields. I've been a senator the past 2 years where I've worked on the voluntary withdrawal policy changes. I've sat on the Senate executive. When it comes to kind of one-on-one work with students, like I said, I do have some of that personal experience to draw from myself. I also sit on the academic integrity working group. I work on one-on-one cases with students. And then on a larger scale as well, I've been involved with various student groups. I've been a consent culture facilitator. I've put on fundraisers for different advocacy campaigns. And I think that with all of that, I have the relative experience for the different parts of the role. There's a lot of stuff that I think would be important to work on. Most notably, I think the policy changes that we've seen the past year with the voluntary withdrawal policy, the GPA calculation policy, I think that has been a major kind of concern for students. We did a lot of work to prevent them from being even more harmful, but I think it's really important for us to advocate that this is not necessarily a good change for all students. Maybe open up a review panel, kind of create a task force to review these, to gauge student interests, understand how this is affecting them and their ability to complete their degrees. That's one major thing that I'd like to work on. I also really want to focus on campus safety, especially in light of recent events. One of the things that I want to implement is an increased walk and talk program. We have kind of a safe walk program on campus, but it's not necessarily that accessible, and a lot of students don't know about it. So ensuring that students have support to get across campus safely at night. We want to implement a rideshare program after socials so that students don't have to worry about impaired driving, they don't have to worry about struggling to find a ride home. We really want to focus on making campus accessible and safe for all students at all times of the day. I see UMSU largely as an advocacy voice for students. I think that it's our job to lobby different government bodies, the administration, different groups, and kind of understand what students need and want on campus, what kind of supports we need, what kind of issues we're facing, and relay those forward. It's our job to provide students with support systems, to increase the number of counselors we might have, whatever I think students really need to further their degrees, to really finish their education on a positive note, and kind of to reduce barriers that students might face. So basically just having clear communication and pushing for more accessibility on campus for students. When it comes to major issues, I think the tuition, the budget cuts, that's something that we really need to keep in mind. We need to have a clear plan on what to do should these arise in the upcoming months, to think about ways in which we can advocate for students to have affordable tuition, to have more access to courses, to have more selection. I know in my faculty itself in arts, trying to find some of the courses that we need to graduate this year, one section is offered, and we need to advocate for more selection and more opportunity for students. I think that's a major concern. Also safety and making campus more equitable, more accessible for all students. I had mentioned the safety plan. We also want to make sure that everyone feels welcome here. I think it's important to note that UMSU's job is also to ensure that students feel as welcome as possible. So another issue I want to focus on is just making sure that all students feel safe on campus, that everyone has opportunities on campus, and that we make it an extremely welcoming space for everyone. My team and I, we have a lot of really good ideas that we're hoping to share with everyone over the next 2 weeks. I encourage everyone, when the election starts up, to read about our ideas on our website, umsu.com, and just to remember that it's online voting this year. So when you log on to vote on March 8th, 9th, and 10th, you have one vote for one team. Let's make it for one UMSU.